everyone. Thanks for being here today. I wanted to share with you one thing, one new habit that we have implemented in our family, and it has made a huge difference. Okay, and that is meal planning. I know it sounds super easy, super simple, but it makes a big difference. I've been so surprised. Prior to meal planning, it would be 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would have no idea what we were having for dinner that night. I would start to scramble, looking through our pantry, our freezer, our refrigerator. What do we have on hand? And quickly realizing I didn't have any meat thawed out, all the things, and just getting really stressed and overwhelmed, which would lead to us going out to eat, going through a drive-through, typically picking up food like that. And as you know, it is so expensive to eat out these days. We were spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars eating out, and it was subpar food. I mean, think about it. When you're going through the drive-thru, you're not getting great quality food, and you're paying a lot of money for it. So I finally decided this enough is enough. I was inspired by some people online that I follow, and I just decided to take charge of our family's food, our meals, and all of that. So I began meal planning. For me, I like to sit down on Fridays and meal plan for the following week. And for me, that would be Monday through Sunday. That's just what works for me because I meal plan on Fridays. I order my groceries for pickup. And then on Sunday after church, I'm already in town. I go and I pick up my items for the week that I need. That way I'm planning Monday to the next Sunday. The next thing that I do, or the first thing that I do when I'm planning is I look at my calendar and I write down what do we have on our schedule for that following week? Do we have appointments? Will we be out of town any? Do we have any nightly commitments, small group, church events, anything like that, sports? So I can consider when do I need an easy, fast meal? When will I be home all day where I could do a meal that takes a little bit more time? When can I bake my bread? All of those things I take into consideration and I write down. That way I know, okay, how many meals do I need to cook? Are there any meals where we're going to be eating with someone else or outside of the home? And is there any meals that we can pick up? Because we do still eat out every now and then. So that's the first thing that I do. The next thing that I do is I go and look at our meat sources that we already have in our pantry. Or not in our pantry, our freezer. We raise a lot of our own meat. We raise turkeys, chickens, and pork. And so we have that in our freezer already. We do have to buy beef and fish or anything like that. But I try to see what do we already have on hand, and we make our meal plans based around that. I have right now enough whole chickens in my freezer to cook one chicken a week. So typically I will cook one whole chicken in the Instant Pot, and that meat that I pull off of that chicken, I can use for 2 dinners and like a lunch. Now for you, your family, I don't know the size of your family. I have 3 kids, but they are 10, 6, and not even 2 yet. So they don't eat quite as much as if I had teenagers and that sort of thing. So, a whole chicken may not last you as many meals, but for us, that's what's working now. And that is kind of our routine. I know that I can cook one chicken and it's going to last me 2 meals that week. We also usually have pork on hand, so we have a pork meal. I will buy beef tips, ground beef, that sort of thing. Not a lot of steak happening here just because of our budget. So after I look at our meat supplies, I go to our pantry. I look in our freezer, and I also look in our refrigerator to see what staple items do I already have on hand. Do I have flour? Do I have sugar, maple syrup? Do I have chicken broth? That sort of thing. And then also, what items do I have, like fruit and vegetables, do I have on hand that need to be eaten up quickly? Just taking account of what I already have on hand has really helped us with our budget, our grocery budget as well. So once I take note of all those things, I go through and I plan our meals for the week. So like I said before, sometimes I know we need a quick, easy meal that night. We might be getting in late, so I'm probably going to make a crock pot meal. I know one night at least we're going to have leftovers. Generally one night a week we have a church event where we're eating at small group or at our church. My husband works for our church, so we generally go to what's called Growth Track every week. So I'm taking into consideration all those things. I'm placing my order for pickup. For me, that works because I spend less money than going into the store. I typically go to 3 stores, which sounds a little crazy. I go to Sam's, I go to Target, and I go to Aldi. I've just found that there's certain things that cost less at each place that you get a better deal on, so I don't mind. They're in a really close circle for us, so I just go to all 3 places after church, grab the things, and come home, and we're ready for the week. For lunches and breakfast, I just try to have a general list of some ideas for lunches. Lunches, we do very simple things, like turkey, roll-ups, we do sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, leftovers, chicken salad, things like that. And for breakfast, we're generally doing pancakes, eggs, bacon, oatmeal, those sort of things. My kids, I actually have one kid that really doesn't even like to eat breakfast, so he typically eats later in the morning. And then also snack items. So I just try to have a list of those things that I also add to my grocery list. Now, I will be sharing more ideas, more meal ideas, and all those sort of things, how to make your food stretch. I'll share more about that in the upcoming weeks. So make sure to subscribe and come back and hang out with me again soon. Have a great day.